This is Dr. Nylund with a quick video on orthographic projections. What an orthographic projection is it's a method of taking a three-dimensional figure and representing it in 2 dimensions. So if we look at the three-dimensional figure that I have here, an orthographic projection would be to look at that figure from the top, from the front, and from the side. So in order to do this, we need to have at least a piece of paper with a ruler or even a piece of graph paper with a ruler. Now I'm going to use a piece of graph paper here. Now the very first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure we label our graph paper and put our name on it. The next thing we want to do is we want to establish what scale we're going to use. So for my drawing, I'm going to let every one of the black squares that you see equal 5 millimeters by 5 millimeters. Now the first view I want to look at is the top view. So if I come back, the top view would be as if I was looking at my solid from the top down. So that would be my top view. And what I see is a square up top, a little square, combined with 2 rectangles at the bottom. Now that may be difficult for you to visualize, but that's really all it is 2 squares and 2 rectangles. So let's go back. I'm going to start with the top square. The top square is going to be 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters. The smaller square is 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters. The first rectangle is 20 millimeters by 10 millimeters. And the bottom rectangle is 30 millimeters wide and 10 millimeters tall. And that's actually my top view. And if I compare it to my figure, I see that they're the same shape. They are identical. So that's my top view. Now my side view, my front view, is if I were to look at it from the front. And what I should see is all I have is a rectangle. So I come back, I draw on my rectangle, which would be 30 millimeters wide by 20 millimeters tall. And that's my front view. Last, we have the side view. Side view would be if I rotated over or orbited around. And what I see is 2 tall rectangles, 1 square, and then I see a rectangle that's like it's laying on its side. Okay? So I want you to get a good idea of what the height comparison is. So 2 of the shapes have the same exact height, and then the other 2 on the right have the same exact height. So I come back. There's the first tall rectangle. There's the second tall rectangle. Each of them have a width of 10 millimeters. There's my little square. And there's the rectangle that's on the far right-hand side. The last thing I want to do is make sure I label all 3 views: top view, front view, side view. I hope you have found this video helpful dealing with orthographic projections. If you have any comments, please leave them below.